Okay, what is the appearance of soul-bearing creatures of flesh and blood saw in new rule within the earth realm over many thousands of years. Man destroyed countless lesser entities, some very powerful, and some who helped overthrow that one dude's previous rule. While man was physically weak in comparison to the entities of dark times, their souls gave them many advantages. And it was due to these advantages that the Earth Realm entities were reduced to minimal numbers. A world once ruled it with strength and might was now in the hands of the weak. The handful of ancient entities sought to influence and control humanity for mutual gain. The guys Exmortis prospered where other entities failed purely because of their strength in number and the wisdom of the mighty ancient himself. Together as one, the Exmortis was worshipped widely in the world of man, but human nature led to conflict, and the cult of that one dude was tragically cold and almost forgotten. Quick question. Are those other dudes, V-dude and K-dude, are they also actual entities that actually exist? Because I know Azrael's he's the Archangel of Death, but obviously in this story he has a different role, but just wondering. With every passing human year, that guy's influence and power in the Earth realm was diminished until all that remained was recorded in written form after the death of the final disciple, that guy, and the Exmortis slept until the day humanity was ready for the anointment of his land. What will be prophecy in the word of that guy speaks of the coming of the hand of repose. Anointed with the blood of 5, a selected man will transcend humanity and evolve to become the link between Earth Realm and that guy's Exmortis, awakening the ancients from his slumber. The hand will be charged with the power to bring about the uprising of the cult of Exmortis once again. Blood, wrath, and strength will once again rule the Earth Realm, and that guy will walk tall and rule amongst mortals as it was meant to be in the time before light and life. The rite of charging the hand. Translated from the ancient cult, I don't know what this is. Aramaic cult of Exmortis scrolls. The rite of charging the hand reads as follows. Devoured the crimson life of 5, marks of that guy given to thee, mirrored below the soul survive, what was, what is, and what will be. Xavier Rahim, circa 1890. That guy in corporeal form. Gotcha. That was a bitch to read, and I don't think I got anything out of that. Okay. Well. An old tale. Nothing interesting here. Well, you've lied before, haven't you, bastard? I wonder how much time is eaten up by... What's this? Nothing? Fine. Hallway shadow, yeah. Old fan, An old fan, it doesn't look like it's worked in a long time. Am I the 5th sacrifice? The handle turns, but the door refuses to budge. It's almost like something is holding it closed. How's that? They say show me your ass, 'cause no, I'm not doing that. Grandfather clock sits ticking in the corner. yeah. Here. Oh wait, I didn't click on that. I didn't click on it. Sons of bitches. Okay. Cupboard appears to be empty. What's this? Bloodstained knife. You should probably arm yourself with a slightly larger weapon. That's pretty good, though. That seems freaking awesome. I can wield that. I can wield it. Oh. Just like... Is that a penguin? Penguin. Is there anything to eat? Because I'm hungry. There's a microwave here, so... Can I have a... Getting Hot Pockets? Oh. It's the head of an ugly guy in it. Severed head. It appears to be a fresh kill. Wherever the killer is, he will probably be back soon. I don't want to be here when he returns, and we'll be here. He's got something carved into his face. It looks like a symbol that has been smeared on the forehead. Okay, dead ugly guy. Get him off my screen. Nah. Can I, no. Fine. Trail of blood leads under this door. What goes on in this room? It's really old looking. Oh, son of... Some people are reading, no. Oh. May 24th, 1997. Unusually eventful day today. I stumbled across an unusual find whilst out hunting for deer in the remote wilderness. Stalking a wild steed into a clearing, you can only imagine my surprise to find a house. Old and seemingly abandoned, but still standing strong. An interesting find, one that certainly has me curious. May 25th. Upon my investigation with the city archives earlier this morning, it appears that the house has been abandoned for almost 10 years, and currently resides under the control of a local government. I feel its location must be too remote for them to be able to tear it down, but I must admit I feel drawn back to the house, mostly out of curiosity. But I cannot deny that there is something else about that place that has me yearning to return. May 28th. I could not put it off any longer. I called in sick to the office today and decided that I would retrace my steps into the wilderness to once again find the house that has been foremost on my mind of late. It didn't take much to find it again, as it was almost like I was being guided back to the exact spot that I found myself some 4 days ago. Once I plucked up enough courage, I pushed open the unlocked front door. Admittedly, I was very surprised at the ease in which the door opened, considering the hinge had probably been built up a good 10 years' worth of rust. To my relative astonishment, the place was still furnished, though a little dirty and completely run down. You mean covered in blood? I was still amazed at the state of the place, considering that it had been empty for so long. I decided that I would explore the house, and not disturb anything within, not even the corpse upstairs. My fear was not subsided. As a matter of fact, it is still with me as I record this journal some hours later. My curiosity took me through the kitchen, where there is a freaking head in the microwave, bedroom, where there's blood on the bed, and lounge room, before a thumping noise from the roof on the second level startled me so much that I ran straight out the front door and back through the forest to my automobile. As it was, I almost fell off a small ledge and into the thicket below. I felt like a complete fool being scared off by rats, which I assume they were. I had a nightmare last night. All I remember is the blood and the frightened screams surrounding me, and the house. The house was in my nightmare too. I was called I called in sick to work once again, so that I could venture into the wilderness and explore the abandoned house once more. Not surprisingly, I found the structure with relative ease as I did yesterday. However, I was startled when I noticed that the front door was closed. I am certain that when I left in such a hurry the other day that the door had been left ajar. In any case, I evidently closed the door. I eventually attributed the closed door to the wind, as I was clearly the only person who had been in the house recently. So for the goose. I repeatedly scoured through the house for anything interesting, heading back through the previous visited rooms. Once again, I passed through the hallway outside the main bedroom on the second floor. I heard heavy thumping, and coming from the roof, I was instantly very tempted to repeat yesterday's dash from the house, but I swallowed my fear and continued on with the exploration. In the limited time that I had before dusk, unfortunately, I did not uncover anything that would help me explain the mysterious disappearance of the most recent tenant, since somebody's freaking calling me. Just a second. "'Tis the student loan people. Where is our money, bitch? We will break your legs if we do not get it." I sit here in the lounge room of the old house by candlelight, recording this journal and events that have transpired today. Although I am scared to within an inch of my life, I am bound to this house and feel that I do not have the strength or resolve to run back to my car at such an advanced hour. I get 2 minutes. As I have for the past week, I returned to this house with the intent of uncovering anything that would help me answer the question of its missing tenants. The blood didn't give you a clue that they were freaking dead. I failed to uncover anything that could help the cause, but I did find what I did find seemed far more precious and disturbing than I could ever hope for. As I scoured the library for any misplaced photos and letters, I almost tripped myself over a leather-bound book sitting in the middle of the dusty floor. I was certainly miffed as to how I missed it in my movements of the house of the past few days. Picking up the book, I felt a slight empowerment rushing through me. Power! The distant sound of the wind began to sound like whispers, and the room in which I was standing seemed to darken. I wondered what the knowledge the scribe had passed down the ages for me. Enchanted by this aging literature, I retreated back to the lounge room, settled down in one of the most comfortable chairs, and continued to read through the contents of this book. Written what seemed to be red ink of some sort, it contained a lot of content that didn't initially make sense to me, as the majority was written in a language that was foreign to me. But in the back of the book, there was a abridged translation written by Mr. Xavier Rehayem from 1890. The majority of what I could understand seemed rather jumbled and nonsensical. Rather disappointed, I closed the book and relieved myself of its burden. Chuck! Things from this point became rather blurred and frighteningly surreal. The sound of the distant forest animals stopped, as if all life paused, waiting for my next move. The wind outside stopped pounding against the shutter windows, and the candle winked out its existence, leaving me in almost pitch-black conditions. I listened closely, and all I could hear over my heartbeat and rasping breath was the whispers that I shrugged off before. It was coming from every direction, yet no direction at all.